Hello guys, my name is Clermont. Okay, so yeah, we have to... I already came for a design to decorate this area and make it easier to access our star system. So I also made it so I decorated the star system with to look better, a lot better. Basically, we won't have a lot of redstone exposed. I also made like a part here, but I'm not sure how accurate this will be. But the idea is that I will get materials here, like overflow, and send to bulk storage system. So like it's going to be the copper bank. So basically where the iron golem, the copper golems store a lot of items. So you will have like an account and stuff. Well, there will only be like my account, but I will make it so that there are other accounts in the future. But yeah, so yeah, let's see. So yeah, I will have to do a lot of digging. I also made more interesting ways to get here, but I will always keep this type of way to get in. So like from here. So I will be able to fly here if I need to access my storage system quicker. Because that's important to me, because I don't want to walk a lot to get to my storage system. I want to do it as efficiently as possible. Though I didn't make it the most efficient possible, because the most efficient possible is probably like a hole here. But I want it to look good, so it's not as efficient, but it will be efficient. A lot better than what I have been doing, because I have been doing this. So basically I fly here, get here, and then walk this one one white bridge and then get here. So yeah, it will be a lot more efficient than that. I was so lazy. So yeah, one of the problems that I had was what to put here. So yeah, I didn't have a lot. And we also have this redstone, which I think I will have to move. So I have this redstone that goes from the church, because the church has this bell tower. Basically, there is a bell that sounds every day. Now I have that redstone that goes from there to here, because bells have a range, a very limited range. So I made it so that I can hear it from in my base, because in my base I also have clocks. Like this one, which is connected to a redstone from here. And I don't know why this is like that. And I think there's another that is connected, which is this one. So this one is connected. So there is a redstone here that you don't see, but it's connected here. So yeah, I changed the redstone in my creative word, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I basically used calibrated skull sensors. So I got the signal from here, and then I resonated it until it reached all of this. Because I don't know how much I have to remove. I think I will have to remove a lot. Yeah, this will, because the redstone goes here. Basically, I have another bell here, and I think the floor is, let's see my schematic. Yeah, this is all empty. So yeah, I at least have to remove this what I have here. So yeah, let's start working here. Okay, let's go to the time lapse, which I don't know how good it will be, because this is a really enclosed space. But yeah, let's do it. Okay. I think this is looking very nice, but I have to make some changes. Hey, you just heard him. So yeah, I forgot to remove these guys. To put a torch there at least. And wait a second, I have to put this choker head. This is such a like a serial killer vibe. You have the T-Rex head. Okay, so yeah, let's take a torch first. Or doing anything else, and you can see that it's now easier to get into our solar system than before. And torches. Don't forget where torches are. I can hear damn slimes already. Okay. And getting out of our solar system is a lot easier as well. Okay. Perfect. Now let's leave the area so that those mobs despawn. And I don't have rockets. Okay. So yeah, we go to our solar system, so it's now a lot easier than before. So we enter the garage as always. Well, there are three ways to enter. So we can enter the garage, and we are in this room. So as you can see, this room has our T-Rex head. So this design, I don't remember the creator. This isn't my design, so I found it in, I think it was Instagram. So then I looked for the creator and I have a schematic. So I made this head, but the head is by like, what's the name? It's made of spruce, so I added like this color. So I made it birch and added the oak, like to make it like actually look like a fossil. So I like the colors, but I'm not quite sure if I did the gradient well, the texture well. But I think it works, maybe. So yeah, then we have like these other spaces. We made like more bookshelves, beds, and we have like this and chairs. Then we have like another closet. I love my closets. I don't know why I love closets so much, but yeah. So here, this is the... So basically, one thing that I want in this base is mobility. So mobility is really important. So I want to be able to reach stuff. So yeah, I can take this, and we get from here into another closet. So as you can see, we are here inside our mansion, so we can already access the mansion from here. These guys still make creeper on this, but yeah, as you can see, before we used to get from here, so now we can go down into the basement. So I made like a really simple basement with bookshelves and stuff, and we can get into the where the stress is by getting into here. So we have this, and we can close. So this redstone is really simple. I am using a skull sensor. I don't use skull sensors very much. So I'm using a calibrated skull sensor. It takes a signal. This is 11. Basically, this is a redstone signal of 11. 11 is enough for block changes. So it can be like removing opening a bookshelf, or turning off the candle, or lighting it up, or it's for like flower pots. It can be many things. But yeah, basically I take the signal and I basically use this is a pulse extender. The pulse extender is so that this doesn't send like two signals in a while, because two signals in a while can reset this. So there is a copper rod, works like a flip-flop, and this is powering these guys. So these are always on. When I take a book, then this pulse sensor will receive it. Then the observer will send a pulse here, which will be in the pulse extender. So then there is a redstone lamp. So it takes the signal from the redstone lamp, and this powers or turns off the copper bulb, as you can see. So I can do it, and if I send like many pulses, the only thing that will happen is that this guy will just extend the pulse longer, so it won't break. So it will wait until it eventually closes again. So that's how this works. And I'll just get like the glass here, and the bookshelves are hiding the redstone. Basically, it's pretty simple design. Then we have here. So this other room, this is where the spawn is. Like, as you can see, well, not the spawn, the center of the base. The center of the base is in the where the beacon is. So I have currently beacon. Okay, so we have the beacon range. So this is the center of the base, as you can see. I have the redstone that covers this so that we don't get the ping all the time, because I find the ping really annoying. Let's see when it appears again here. So yeah, I disable it enough so that we get the effect, and so that it's not always active, because being always active is annoying. And the Twikaru has the disable, so it allows me to disable the beacon beam, which is really good because I hate the beacon beam. So then we have like this table that I wanted to make like a very interesting table. I love this. I don't know why I love this table. So yeah, we have the chairs. I love these couches that I think I saw from Geminetai. I have fallen in love with those. Are you guys still spawning here? Oh, I heard a zombie. Where is the zombie? So I had to hide a lot of stuff. So, oh look. Yeah, I have to light up stuff. Okay, what do we have here that is interesting? So we have the jukebox. This jukebox is functional. Basically, this is a design that I made. This redstone is it's pretty nice. I love how you can see the redstone from here. So it's like jukeboxes, so they have the redstone, and this basically, if you press this, it will start playing music, and it will keep resetting. So I have the redstone here. Basically, sends a signal here to what's the name of this? A flip-flop. This is a flip-flop, but it's using these dispensers. Basically, I can't see this. Let's see. I have this on. Basically, it takes basically this is a dropper, which is pointing here. This dropper is pointing here, and this dropper is getting items from the hopper. So basically, when I send a pulse using observer, then this will send the redstone torch here, and when I send another pulse, it will send a redstone torch here, and it will stay here until the next pulse. So it basically is a T flip-flop. So basically, I get the signal here to lock the dropper. Now, if this dropper isn't locked, what will happen is that we will get a signal all the time. So as you can see, basically, I really don't remember how this works. I know that I designed it, but it's been a while since I designed it. So yeah, we can see basically. Okay, so we take the signal from this jukebox. So basically, the jukebox, while it is playing, it will send a redstone signal. This will lock this hopper and will lock this hopper down here. So this will send a signal here. You can see. Now, when this turns off, what will happen is that this will stop being locked, because this, in the moment it's locked, and we will get another pulse here, which will power the. Which will power? What will power? Okay, it powers this dropper, so it sends a pulse. Oh no! I know. It's been a while. Sorry. Explaining redstone is not as easy. So this doesn't power, this only locked, so this is locked, so this locks here, and this guy also locks here. Now what will happen is that next time, basically when this stops playing, that this will go down and get here, and then we are going to get a redstone signal when a new disc gets here. So basically this unlocks this hopper, it sends a new disc, this disc will lock the dropper and the hopper again, and will lock this guy, and will send us a pulse. So this gets a pulse here into this dropper, which sends a disc here and powers this dropper. So it sends a pulse, and pulse here into this hopper. So it's a clock. But yeah, I don't know if you guys understood the explanation, but I understood it. So yeah, I really didn't know what to put here. I had a lot of empty space, which I now realized was a bad idea because I forgot I had a furnace array here. Well, it's not a furnace array. It was just like 2 furnaces with 2 hoppers. And you can hear the music from here, nice. So yeah, I forgot the furnace array, but I still have a lot of space. The advantage is that we lowered where the base was, so basically the platform used to be like at this level. No, it was a little higher, like at this level. So now I lowered everything, so now it means that we have a lot of empty space. As you can see, there is a lot of empty space where I can put the furnace array, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't have it right now there. So where is the redstone? And I don't have blocks. Do I have blocks here? Oh, it's the scaffold with chokers. Where is the space? Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it plays over and over until I press this button. So this will put the redstone torch here, which will send the redstone signal, which disable this torch, which then this torch is always powering this, so this will be locked all the time. So it locks the system completely, which is what we want. Okay, what else? Okay, so yeah, I have these guys which I always get. I love to collect stuff in Minecraft, so I put each of them into here. So I almost never use them for builds because they are so hard to get. That's the problem with these guys. I love them, but yeah, they are annoying to get. Then we have another bookshelves. We have like this. I really don't know what they are, and this is just because I needed to hide some of the build. As you can see, we have this build here. So yeah, this is like a, I don't know, maybe like a what's the name? Like an air conditioning, or with the buttons and the lights. Oh yeah, I also added these lights for the jukebox, as you can see, with shelves, because when I built this I didn't have access to shelves, so I made it so that it's interesting. Maybe it looks nice, maybe not. And here I didn't know what to fill, so I put a piano, which again I should have put like the furnace array here that I used to have, and then a bed, and there's another closet which we can access this other part outside, so we can add more interesting things here. So the bed is pretty simple. We have a book. We can also make like, I don't know. Oh no, yeah, we can break these blocks and still fall. There are many spaces that we can improve, so we can add a furnace array like here or there, so it doesn't matter that we didn't put different array. This is just because I needed light, because since we are in a swamp, then slimes can spawn here, which is annoying. So yeah, that's why I had to add like this light here, and there is like a low leaking here, and we made like an aquarium, which this has. Basically the aquarium is because I wanted to change the redstone, so basically I have the I have a signal here that sends with this called catalyst. So because I needed the redstone, then I placed this aquarium so the signal can pass through here and power this clock, which I wanted from the start, which I don't know why it does open. Okay, so then another thing is that I used to have spaces where I can lower from my base. So let's get here. So basically in this base I made interior so that I would fall, and I forgot. Basically I can go from here. So as you can see, we can go down here into the storage system. That was the idea, at least, because we wanted to make mobility, but I forgot. So to solve that problem, what I do is this. Basically, I have a tripwires that activate or deactivate these guys. So yeah, we can go down here, and you can barely notice it because of the colors. Like if you go here, it isn't as noticeable. Maybe because of the dark oak it's more noticeable, but yeah, we can hide that. It works. And the other way we can access the base was from... Let's go here. We can go here. Here. Okay, we have another closet. And this closet, as you can see, has armor because we have redstone here that I needed to hide. Oh, no, I fell. So yeah, as you can see, we can fall here, then we can access here and go down here, and then we can get out by going here. You can see. So these paintings are just for that, because I wanted the mobility and I forgot it when I made this interior. I forgot it. Oh yeah, we can see the heads. So this structure was just to hide the redstone that was here, which I made it different. There was a skull catalyst here, and this was like the skull catalyst would get the signal from here, and there was like a comparator here. But since I changed my mind about using a skull catalyst, and then I just used these rails and observers. So you can see we're getting the signal. Here's a reason for the the jukebox. Now, what's other reason that we made? So it's important, since this is a drop, that I can access it two ways. I can access it with elytra and without elytra, because that's always important to me, because maybe I will die. So if I die and I am down there, then I don't have my elytra. So then what can I do? How do I leave my storage system? So we have a flying machine which goes here. So we can call it from here, or we can send it from here, like so. So then we have this. So this is like an elevator shaft, and there are two ways, because sometimes these flying machines aren't the best because you can glitch through the blocks. So I glitched some minecarts here. So if I don't have my elytra, because it doesn't matter if I fall, like I fall, but I have my elytras. But if I don't have my elytra, then it will be a problem because I can die. So I put this just to be safe. Then this god gets me down. And we arrive to our storage system. Now here we don't have a bottom. So how do we activate the elevator? So we pressed, there is a minecart here. You can see it's glitched in this block. So I can throw a tool or an item, it doesn't matter which, and then it will dispense it from up. So I will pick it. Well, I should pick it, which I didn't. So it gets me up, and then I can go down, where I will have to find my axe because I don't know where it fell. Axe. Oh, here. So yeah, that's the way of doing that. I can do it with an item like here. Oh no, I can do it because I have to. It should be only one stack. The problem with shelves. So basically like this. Oh, damn it. I ended up throwing the 18. It's because there's 100 stock. Yeah, you can see that sometimes the minecarts can get removed. I don't know why the minecarts do that. But yeah, sometimes minecarts lose like the momentum. It's annoying. Because I didn't want to have like a minecart like here, like putting a rail and have the minecart, but yeah, sometimes the minecart gets removed. Okay, how does this redstone works? Let's grab the rockets that were there. So basically I made like as simple of a redstone as I could possibly do. Where are the rockets? It's a rocket. Okay, let's go here. Oh, there are pines here, and the pines are annoying. Ah, are you kidding me? Okay, now I can get here. Okay, so how does the redstone work? So basically, when I put an item here, then it will have a clock. So this is a elevator, a dropper elevator, because the problem with dropper is that they will send the item into the shelf, and I needed like an unmovable block that isn't an inventory, and most unmovable blocks are either too ugly or are inventory, because these guys look nice. So this guy can't be moved with pistons, with slime. So, well, pistons and slime. So that's why I'm using this. So I couldn't put the dropper throwing the item here, because this will put the item in the shelf or here in the barrel. So now what I did was put like this. So I'm a lodestone. So lodestone are really good for that. So I get the signal and send the item. So I put the axe there, then the hopper minecart that is glitched here, take it, then the hopper sends it here, then it goes here, 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 here. There's another dropper here, and it throws it here. So the idea is that I should catch the item, or at least that's the idea, but as you can see, sometimes I fail to catch it. Which is annoying, but yeah, it's something that we can't avoid. Then we get a redstone signal here, which will activate this observer that will send a redstone signal. So this will tell the pistons to push, which will send the flying machine up. So let's do it. Let's use this guy. So yeah, we can see it sends the machine up, but I can also call the flying machine, because maybe I die and my spawn is here, because I have a bed here, as you can see. So I have a bed here, so maybe I can't access my elytra. So what do? I need to be able to get the signal. So then I can also send a signal here, if I can reach, and that will bring this guy down as well. So what I do is get this scaffolding. There is scaffolding here. So we basically get a signal here using a pulse extender, and this will send a pulse up here, which will tell the observer, the flying machine, to go down. Now, how does the part up top work? Well, so we have a button here. We made it very simple. So we get a signal from the button, which will send a signal using the rail. So then this guy sends the pulse. Now, how do I stop the piston? So I'm using this redstone to stop the piston. So I'm using these pistons, because pistons, when they are powered, can't be moved. So I'm using the redstone blocks to stop the piston here. So in that, when it reaches here, then you can see that this guy will go here. So this powers the piston. So as you can see, it powers the piston, so it stays like this and becomes unmovable. So it stops here. So when I want to get the guys to go down, I just send a pulse. So this will get these redstone blocks down and then up. As you can see, when it goes down, this guy is on power and send the minecart down, which is how it works. So the other way to get the guys to go here, and when I want the flying machine to go up, what I do is get a signal here. So I have this observer. So this observer powers this trapdoor, and this will send a pulse down, which will then send a pulse. So as you can see, this will change state, and this sends a pulse and activates this. So that's how the flying machine goes up. So yeah, that's how this works. So yeah, that's basically the idea. I should pick this. I should always pick it. Throw it. Oh, yeah, I picked it. So yeah, I wanted to make it like a fully functional elevator shaft. So the idea is that these guys are the one, like the police, that are getting the elevator shaft up or down. But yeah, I don't know how good it translates, but yeah, that's the idea at least. So then we have the storage system. So as you can see, we made like these pillars. I use the tuff. I love this chisel tuff, it works really well for the pillars. So then we make like this acacia and pale oak look. Then these redstone lamps, all of these are as always like when the storage system is on, because the storage system locks all of the hoppers. So yeah, we basically when this is on, it will tell me. So all of the redstone lamps will turn on. And now okay, you can see these redstone lamps all turn on, except for these two. So these tell me, hey, we have all the items here. So these guys are for these unstackable item filters. So these are for chokers and arrows, because we need spectral well, we need arrows, but I use spectral arrows because I have my peeling bartering. So basically these are requirements for this type of filter, because it filters all the stackable items, all the unstackable items. So basically the arrows are because it uses armor stands and you have to break armor stands, and armor stands are used for armor. So like the armor that we have, and then the tools. This is, I put this manually because this spare gear that I may need. Then I put like these guys. This isn't necessary, but this just has what the water stream. So yeah, I use the shelves to hide it. So this is what I did was put all the banner patterns, but I'm missing one. I didn't know that I missed one, but yeah, I missed one of them, and I didn't know that. And then the aesthetic, I'm not sure about the aesthetic that I wanted. I know that I already have like a design similar to this, but I always want to make like a sewer system, but I have never made it. So I may not make the sewer system, but yeah, the idea is that this is inside of a sewer, similar to like how in the, what's the name, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like how they have like this, like their base is in the sewers, and they just decorate it. Like that's the overall idea that I have, but I don't know if I'm going to implement it. Like it's something that would be cool to do, but I'm still not quite sure if I'm going to do it. So that's why in the ends you can see that there is like a sewer and sewer. But yeah, it's something that I'm not sure if I will ever do. And these are just decoration. We have lights here, and we are very close to the redstone, to the water streams and stuff, but yeah, I'm really not sure. So yeah, we added like more nature, because I don't know, I'm a sucker for adding nature and flowers and stuff. So you can see we have flowers here. And the storage system, we are hiding like the stuff with using shells or the strip dark oak, because I wanted to do that. You can see. So we are hiding the exposed stuff, because I really don't like looking like here, like you can see the hoppers, and maybe you see space, but I really don't like it so that much. Like here, like you can see like the water stream, the space, and it's not the best. So here is a slime chunk, and sadly this is low enough that slime in a slime chunk slimes can spawn. So what I did is something like what I did here. Like, so what I did is, like, since this is where the sewer ends, then I made like there's debris here. So we have the buttons, and as you can see, there is like a different texture. So we have stuff, stone and stuff. So I added like this debris. So I tried to make like something similar here. So we have like this. There is debris here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, but yeah, it's necessary because slimes spawning here are annoying. And yeah, I think that will be all from this stuff that we have here. Because we also have, well, we have a way to get outside of here, because I usually go here. Well, sometimes. Like I have here here where I sometimes grow nether trees or other types of tree. And we have our tunnel board here and our chunk loaders here. So yeah, I wanted to have access, and this cave is really nice. I want to make some decoration in this cave, but I haven't thought about how to do it. So that idea, so that's why we have like that way to get outside. And another thing which is not the last is this part. Oh, we have this, I forgot. So this is like where the bed is, so I can sleep here. Because sometimes in my storage system I want to sleep, or I want to set my spawn here. So yeah, these guys, this is my first pickaxe. So this is the first pickaxe that I got. This is my first pickaxe, and we have our first ancient debris and our first diamond. So I collected those stuff. So I always like to leave a place in my base where I can save all those valuable stuff. But yeah, okay, that will be all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.